And next on Bold and Bougie, Season 1, Episode 2, Clatchet Tea Party. So this episode picks back up at the pool. Crystal says she's stressed and not who everybody thinks she is, and she is tired of being labeled
a homewrecker.
Crystal states that she is not in the business of hurting other women and feels that women should be trying to create a sisterhood. Gaucher says as if you broke up a happy home, and Crystal basically agrees with what she says and says that she's basically over it. Now we're at Tamika's house. Tamika got a chefing it up. Tamika says she busy, baby. Book signings, taking care of children,
adult children.
Yeah, get everybody back and forth to school. She busy, basically acting like talking about because she be doing cooking, girl.
Tamika not cooking,
girl.
She's not cooking,
girl. We see you barely cooking, but it's okay. Anyway, moving on. Tamika's son walks in. He shows up, and then they get her other son on the FaceTime
call, which was an intimate moment.
Yeah, it was an intimate moment as they discuss her son Kyle and his passing, as well as the foundation that she has for him
at Lake Lanier.
At Lake Lanier, you're right, to bring awareness to what happened to him. Tamika and her sons are now at this point discussing the accident, where she basically says that her son was lying on a tube in the lake in Lake Lanier and was basically struck by a jet ski. Yeah. And he was on life support for 2 weeks before his passing. Tamika's goal for Kyle's foundation, she's working on right now getting Lake Lanier drained and restored, as everybody feels that Lake Lanier is haunted. Right, it's basically dangerous because it's haunted.
It is built on a cemetery. Right up burial ground, and there's a lot of different documentaries, so small snippets of Lake Lanier. So yeah. I understand there's something going on out there.
Gotta be, maybe. But I mean, a lot of the land is built upon
burial ground, right? Like our city is,
right? So, but not saying it's not a thing, because
yeah,
it's not a thing though. So I can definitely believe something going on over there at Lake Lanier. So moving on, Malaysia meets up with Dr. Princess at her clinic.
In her clinic.
Princess is asked about the pool party and how are the ladies. They basically discuss Tamika once again and how dismissive or rude Tamika may be or how she can come off. Malaysia basically go down the line of all the other ladies and they both feel like the ladies are cool or whatever.
Yeah, but I also feel like just reviewing and watching my observation of what Malaysia, I'm not quite sure if I agree with Malaysia keep trying to inform Princess of how to maneuver her friendship with Tamika. I feel like that's being exaggerated almost. Like, oh, you need to be assertive. Oh, you need to tell Tamika this. Oh, you need to tell Tamika that. I just feel like she's doing a little too much. Like, it's all right. I also feel like Princess and Tamika seem to have a long-term friendship going on there. And it seems like Malaysia, I don't know if she's getting in Princess' head about Tamika specifically, but if I notice on several different clips just watching these few episodes, it's always being brought up about, oh, Tamika rude, Tamika dismissive, Tamika, she's not the same kind of friend. Well, you need to tell about yourself, tell about herself. Which is Princess does seem gentle, like timid. But I do think it's exaggerated of Tamika's behavior. Maybe I just feel like they exaggerated it. Right. But in the confessionals, the way they're referring to Princess is she's a punk, she's a pushover, she's not assertive, everybody else is spicy, but she just get bullied. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to call her a pushover or a punk, but I also
basically like she don't have a
backbone. But do you believe that's exaggerated though? It just seems like they just want her to come at Tamika some kind of way. It's always a Tamika bash right quick, but it's never to me in her face too much. It's a whole bunch of this sidebar conversation or Tamika, which is Tamika don't even be doing nothing.
I said the same thing. I feel like she don't be doing nothing, but it could just be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I feel like Tamika don't be doing nothing. She be sitting there, sitting pretty, and they be finding the fucking reason.
They want her to talk about Usher.
They be finding a reason. Especially Gaucher. Anyway, moving on. So Malaysia basically discusses with Dr. Princess about the tea party to get to know the ladies, because she feels that she doesn't know the ladies on a personal level. I feel like y'all may have all known each other for a while, right? You know how they always try to put that into the reality shows as if they just all go way back. But anyway, and that may be the case. But anyway, what I'm saying is just because you have known some people for a while doesn't necessarily make you friends. It kind of makes you more of like just passing by. Associates or whatever the case. So you could never like expect for somebody to just wide open and just tell every personal little detail just because y'all feel like that's the way to bond and get to know the ladies. That's not how it goes.
Business really. Yeah. It's not a bond. Like you discussing over a decade ago divorce.
Girl.
It's bonding.
Girl. So Malaysia calls Crystal on FaceTime to invite her to the tea party and also ask her for her help in planning the tea party. Crystal basically agrees. They love you, baby. Hang up. Moving on. Crystal is meeting up at Gaucher's breakfast bar. Hugs Crystal. Asks about how she felt about the pool party. Here we go again with this damn pool party. I'm tired of hearing about the pool party.
I think even in my notes is a recap of the pool party, a recap of Tamika.
Okay, so Gaucher asks Crystal, so what did you think about the girls? Crystal says Tamika didn't speak when she first walked in. The first thing she said was basically about her ex and the ex's fiance and I guess whatever else.
Did it really happen like that? I just think Tamika just walked in.
Shit happened unless they clipped it out. You see what I'm saying?
I was like,
unless they clipped it out, because now I did see the scene where Tamika was standing with Gaucher and she was basically telling Gaucher that she didn't like fully meet Crystal.
She did say
she wanted to go over there and introduce herself.
Correct.
So that was before her going to introduce herself. So maybe Tamika did walk in, you know what I'm saying, and didn't like go up to her like right away.
But yeah, when she walked in with area full of people.
And then you gotta remember they was also grouped off. Like it was just Tamika and Gaucher talking and then the other three ladies on the side talking. So
I definitely agree.
Like get off Tamika dick. Anyway, Gaucher asked if she ever dated Usher. Basically asking.
They asked that more than one time.
Basically asking Crystal if she ever dated Tamika's man. Basically, because could that be why
that
Tamika is having these feelings, I guess, for her. Anyway, moving on. Crystal tells Gaucher she is putting the tea party together with Malaysia. They discuss that. She invites Gaucher to the tea party, and then we go into the next scene where Gaucher is at her next bar, Tapa's bar. With her best friend Kayla. They talk about Bianca, Gaucher's daughter.
Yes.
Stating that she called to talk to her mom or whatever. 3 years ago, her son and her daughter lived together, she states, and they had a house fire that took place. Yes. And she allowed her children to basically move in with the grandkids and everything with her while they got back on their feet, and things basically just didn't work out. As the daughter felt she could just come and go. The daughter felt she had an in-house babysitter.
The adult kids went up in there, try to take over. Mm-hmm. You know how they go.
Exactly.
You want to leave it in now and stuff like that.
Exactly. Because you think you're grown.
Right.
Or whatever the case. Still got to respect other people's houses. Like at the end of the day. Gaucher also had mentioned about her son and his friends. Like one day he walked into the bar and just bypassed everybody and seated himself.
I thought he walked into the party at first.
Oh, it was a party, a bar, it was something. She said that he basically bypassed everybody and seated himself. So she basically does not have a close relationship with her grandkids, basically due to the fact that her children are trying to hold over her head about
her not being there, which I think is
right.
I don't have kids, but I do think it's ridiculous that they have these adult children where their parents worked really hard to take care of them. Mm-hmm. You know, and the only thing you want to whine about is, oh, you didn't show up to a game. Like, how else are you supposed to provide? And then y'all adult kids at this point, like, y'all should see now, like, what, you know what I'm saying?
Girl.
What was going on?
Girl. So, at the end of the day, I feel like y'all grown, you know what I'm saying? And when you still have a parent or parents that still help you while you're grown,
correct,
you should have a more open mind of vision.
I think the daughter does now.
Could be, but I feel like you should have a bigger vision now, like that tunnel vision should be wide open at that point. So, you know, I do hope though they could work something out. But anyway, Malaysia shows up at Queen's tea party when Crystal and Malaysia feels the ladies have other thoughts about her social anxiety. Basically, Malaysia says that she feels like the ladies have other thoughts about her, and also expresses that she has social anxiety when it comes to
She keeps
people.
expressing she has social anxiety.
Yeah. It kind of come off. I can see it though on camera. You can see it how like she kind of
get a little jittery or something.
Yeah. So I mean, she could. Anyway, Malaysia basically is talking to Crystal. Her and Crystal's talking. Crystal basically suggests this drink with Hennessy or something like that.
Was it Tower?
I don't even know. Something she said she drank with Hennessy. She said, because I drank it at home.
It was something with a tequila, something in a champagne shoot or something. Yeah, some ratchet. It's called Clatchet Tea Party. So,
and Malaysia basically says that she came up with the Clatchet Tea Party just to drink. And Crystal tells Malaysia she met up with Gaucher. They discuss Black Aspen, then about Tamika. Once again, discuss Tamika. Crystal says, I don't know when it comes to Tamika. Malaysia basically says that she's hoping for a friendship. They discuss drinks, games. Alright, so we're back over here at Gaucher's house. And she falls her big ass down the stairs.
She slid down them stairs.
Down them stairs. Gaucher's daughter, Bianca, runs in to basically see what happened. And the daughter like, you alright?
Y'all gotta see it, y'all.
Like, girl.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Girl, is
Then
she
she still
like, who pushed you? Like,
but it's almost like she stood straight up after the slide, like, and just.
let me find out it was just for TV. But anyway, Gaucher and her daughter goes and have a sit down on the sofa. Her daughter basically expresses that she was depressed after the house fire. Gaucher says that they bring up a lot of arguments, a lot of the same arguments that she wasn't there, such as attending games, functions, when trying to provide. Basically, she was trying to provide for her family. Basically, at the end of the day, like I said, Gaucher is a hustler. So
right, and Gaucher gave a little insight of her background, like she did prison
She went to prison for 2 years.
She sold drugs. And look, I mean, it was like 1 or 2, so she wasn't even missing that long, you know. But seemed like she had been hustling, and when you hustling that hard,
seemed like when she got out, she probably felt some sort of guilt for not being there. First of all, for her children, it felt like this was something she had to go hard in. Once she got out and realized, you know, she got her children. Now she had to take care. So now she had to figure out what's her next move, what she's going to do. She already had a hustle mentality, so it just kind of gives that she probably had some sort of guilt there about her children and just went hard in the paint thinking she was doing the right thing to make sure that they got what they wanted, what they needed, better lives.
So she basically emphasized that too, like y'all ain't
better lives, better environments. Right. You know what I'm saying? They have to work as hard.
Yeah, and the daughter says, everything now, you can't take the money with you when you're gone, but probably the same child who has been benefiting off of the same hustle. Yeah. You know, that's weird to me, but.
Well, Gaucher and her daughter basically hugs it out. And like I said, I do hope that.
Yeah, Gaucher did recommend professional counseling for the family. Hopefully the daughter will turn around and the son too.
So, all right, so it's the day of the tea party, the Clatchet tea party for the ratchets. Malaysia shows up checking on the last minute, of course, touch-ups of the little tea party that was put together. Crystal shows up and speaks on how cute everything is, which everything was really cute. It was cute. Yeah, everything was cute. Everybody looked cute and pretty, of course. They did.
But they did have some comments.
What comments? Oh yeah. They did have some well, before those comments, first of all, let's talk about how awkward it was at the table with Malaysia and Crystal before everybody else came. Yeah. It's like that was super awkward. They just sitting there, Malaysia sitting there taking selfies and everything. And it's like, come on now. And
Crystal getting like her little anxiety from the other ladies. Probably, you know.
Crystal probably was like, these bitches coming with this bullshit. Ask me the same fucking question. Like, if you be honest, they asking Crystal the same. They trying to get in Crystal business and they trying to get in Tamika business.
But you can't forget that Crystal did come up with the game Spill a Tea. Remember she said that was the game. Malaysia said choose a game for the Clatchet tea party. She said, oh, spill a tea, tell a tea.
I mean, she did.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, well, and Malaysia basically was like, she got PTSD. Malaysia was like, girl, I got PTSD, girl. That don't do nothing. Them type of games don't do nothing but shake the table.
Or flip tables.
She ain't lying. So now we have Gaucher shows up next. Then Princess gets out the car. Gaucher, not a tea party girl. She basically is stressing how she is just not a tea party type of girl. Then Princess, shady ass, talking about she don't see no tea or no crumpets. Basically like, bitch, where the food at? She looking for food. I can't with what her name is? Princess. Princess. Yeah, I cannot with Princess.
Tamika hop out.
Tamika.
Talking about why she at the bottom of an apartment basement.
Tamika said, why are we at the bottom of an apartment building?
She wasted a good outfit.
Wasted her good outfit coming out here to be at the bottom of an apartment building. I cannot.
And hopefully not recording so she take it so she can reuse the outfit.
I cannot with Tamika. I cannot. Malaysia gets up and gives this speech basically about everybody getting to know each other and getting along. I guess I don't know why everybody got to give all these speeches, but she gave a speech. Tamika was asked if they have Tamika asked the group if they all signed the cows petition for Lake Lanier.
Correct.
And the other ladies mentioned that they have, and Malaysia says that she will. Get on it, Malaysia.
Please.
Gaucher asks, "Do you mind telling me what happened?" And Tamika basically explains the same thing that
basically the media
has been in the blogs for years. Everybody has known already. So it's like, Gaucher. Like, again, Gaucher.
Right. I'm not sure what's going on with Gaucher and them underlying issues she got with Tamika, but it's like every chance is like,
girl,
let me hit you right here.
Let me poke you right here. Anyway, Crystal gives her condolences to Tamika, basically saying how strong she is because she wouldn't be able to deal with it, which is understandable. I get that too. Very understandable. I wouldn't be able to, stomach a situation as such.
A loss of a child is tough.
Exactly. So my condolences, of course, too, to Tamika when it comes to Kyle. So Bougie comes up twice. The word Bougie comes up, and it was for Tamika and Princess, where Princess basically says that she has been called Bougie all her life, and Tamika says she has been called Bougie since she was 11. Gaucher proceeds to say, that's some truth to it.
The shade.
Once again. Tamika says she is a laid-back, female basically who loves to party, turn up, cuss a bitch out,
or slap a bitch down if she needs to.
And period.
Yeah, she did.
And period.
She said that.
Bougie asks, why did you and Usher break up? And how did they, and basically wants to know how they got together in her professional. And Tamika says, I don't know. Tamika says, I don't know. Basically. So they feel some type of way.
The table have these looks, they get quiet, like anywhere in the world you don't know how y'all broke up. But then I don't know how
professional. Bougie pulls out Tamika's book as receipts
of why they broke up,
stating the rumors of Usher and Tamika and the bridesmaid. I'm sorry, Tamika's best friend and bridesmaid was sleeping together.
I mean, it was in the book, so let's not say rumor. Maybe that was, whatever. If it was in the book.
If it was in the book, I mean, she stamped it.
Yeah, correct. But what kind of was beyond me is we keep talking about Malaysia with this Tamika, the dynamic between Tamika and Princess. But Princess, I don't know how I feel about that. You turn around and say, I really feel like you still in love with him.
All right.
Like, you her friend, your long-term friend. Like, you sure
I think that you're still in
love with him.
Let me explain.
Yeah, like, what kind of position was that? Like, why you even say that,
And here we go. Bougie brings up the pool party. Again. Again. I'm sick of it.
I can tell.
Malaysia then says, have you ever slid in Usher's DMs to Crystal? They all over the place at this table.
Yeah, sure did. They was like, have you been in the Usher DMs? Did you sleep with Usher? Like, it was just basically...
Girl, all this is going on, and Tamika is over it. She covering her ears, and then she basically is like, this shit corny.
She said that was some corny. It wasn't corny shit. It was corny.
Yeah, she basically like, this shit is corny, and I'm over it.
It was corny.
I was with Tamika.
It was corny.
I was with Tamika. Like, I was over it as well. Y'all was doing too much at that table. Y'all was asking all them disrespectful ass questions, and then acting like, girl, we was just asking.
You don't ask nobody that.
Come on, why would y'all ask that girl?
Have you seen this girl ex-husband's DM?
Why would y'all ask that? And why are y'all trying to paint it as if Tamika is mad, is treating Crystal or acting the way that she's acting with Crystal because it could be the fact that she probably slept with Usher? Why would y'all try to reflect that as if that's why Tamika is not, I guess, letting Crystal in as y'all feel that she should?
Nobody in. Like,
she didn't let nobody in. And not just that, Tamika never even mentioned anything to Crystal about Usher.
Yeah.
It was strictly and solely about her friend, Moyetta.
Correct. I'm not quite sure what Usher thing come from it at all.
I don't understand why they trying to paint this whole thing.
And I think it's disrespectful to Crystal.
To both of them.
It's disrespectful to both of them, but it's kind of like, because maybe you slid his DM. Like, what are you trying to say?
A group of ladies together like that is just always some shit that goes down at the dinner table.
We know personally it goes down at the group dinners.
And I just can't. I just cannot. And I'm out.